I've always thought that projectors don't stack up against regular TVs. Projectors I've used in the past have always been dim, annoying to set up and use, and have no smart features, which means you have to always plug in a laptop or some device with a HDMI cable. However, over the past few weeks, I've been testing out the LUMOS AURO V2, an affordable short throw projector that claims to be able to give you an image of up to 200 inches, which is massive. And I've actually personally been shocked with the results. I've used it almost every day, and there are so many things I now love about projectors. But there's still a few things that are definite drawbacks. So by the end of this video, I'm going to give you my thoughts on whether a projector can actually replace your regular TV. So for context, I currently use a Samsung 65-inch smart TV. It's an LCD and I've loved this TV. I've been using it since COVID and I've gotten a lot of mileage out of it. It's full 4K, the HDR is okay, nothing to write home about, but I just love the size. 65 inches is massive to me, especially in a small apartment like I've got. So I was very curious to see how the LUMOS AURO V2 could stack up against this TV, especially considering the AURO has an output resolution of only 1080p. It also claims to be able to give you 200 inches of screen real estate, which compared to 65 is massive. It also claims 6000 lumens of brightness, which is pretty bright. It's got built-in Dolby Audio dual speakers, and to me the kicker was that it supports smart features and apps like a smart TV. So it natively supports Netflix, YouTube, Prime Video, and other streaming apps. So let me talk about some of the best things, and then I'll follow it by talking about some of the worst things. So right out the gate, the thing that impressed me the most was just the huge screen size. Again, I live in a relatively small apartment, and so I wasn't sure what size screen I could actually get, considering you need to have the projector quite far back to get the full 200 inches. However, I was impressed to find that I could get 110 inches of screen size in my small apartment living room, which again made my 65-inch TV look kind of small. The next thing that really impressed me was the fact that even though it's only 1080p, it actually looks really sharp and very clear. I was expecting to see pixelization, especially when you were blowing it up this big. However, sitting back and watching it from a comfortable distance, I really couldn't make out any pixelization at all. If you go and stand right up next to the projection, then you can see the individual pixels, but it's really not noticeable at all from a comfortable distance. Now, I don't have a projector screen, so I just projected the image onto just a standard white wall in my apartment. And to me, considering I have no projector screen, I think it looks decently contrasty and the colors look really nice. Now, obviously it looks the best in complete darkness with no external light, and it really does feel like a home theater, home cinema experience when I'm watching my favorite TV show or movie projected in such high quality. Next, the fact that it has those built-in streaming apps really makes it to me something that I want to use on a regular basis. If I had to plug in a laptop every time I wanted to use it, it would probably just sit on my shelf unused because it's just kind of inconvenient to have to open your laptop to cast something every time you want to watch. However, using the remote that comes with the projector, which is very similar to a standard smart TV remote, which means it's really quick and easy to navigate around the UI, which is very fast and responsive. Again, I was quite impressed. Now, not all streaming services are supported, including Disney Plus. So if that's something that you watch regularly, you will have to watch it from a laptop via HDMI. But overall, I just found it a really enjoyable experience, and it really did surpass my expectations. However, there were a few downsides. First of all, the image quality kind of unsurprisingly degrades with light. So for example, in my living room, I don't have blackout blinds. I've just got mesh shades. And so during the day, the image does definitely look more washed out than it does at night in full darkness. And to me, this is kind of one of the big benefits of having a regular TV, is that you can watch it all hours of the day, even in a relatively brightly lit room. Now, I would say it was still watchable with a bit of natural light, but definitely not as enjoyable as when it's in full darkness. Next, the speakers are decent considering the form factor that they're in. However, it's definitely not going to give you as immersive audio as a proper home theater, especially when you consider the fact that the audio will be coming probably from behind you, depending on where you've got your projector mounted. Now, you can output audio with a 3.5mm audio out on the projector itself, but this could be a little bit tricky depending on what your audio setup's like. It would have been cool to see like an optical audio out from the projector, so that's something worth keeping in mind. You can also connect Bluetooth headphones, which is actually kind of nice. So if you want to watch something without disturbing other people in your house, or you just want a really immersive experience, you can put headphones on. However, obviously this is a one-person experience. You can't connect multiple sets of headphones. Next, the fan noise was probably the one thing that bummed me out the most. It wasn't terrible, but it is constant and definitely noticeable. I found when I was watching a TV show, for example, or a movie TV with lots of action happening and lots of noise, then I tended to forget about it and it just sort of became background noise. However, during quieter moments of TV shows or movies, or while I was just streaming something in the background, that's when the fan noise was definitely more noticeable. And lastly, the remote, like I said, was really good in terms of the functionality. I love the fact that it's got a quick button for YouTube and Netflix. However, I had some mixed results in terms of ease of use. So when I had the projector set up in my bedroom where the wall was a bit closer, I found I was able to aim the remote just at the wall like I was using a regular TV, and the remote signal was able to pretty easily bounce off the wall and back up to the projector behind me. However, when I moved the projector to my living room, which is a little bit bigger, I found that the remote wasn't quite strong enough to be able to do this, which meant I kind of had to awkwardly hold the remote up and point it towards the projector behind me to be able to navigate the system menus, which is kind of annoying. So I think it would be better if the remote was Bluetooth, for example. So overall, what's my verdict? Can you replace your regular TV with a projector? And more specifically, can you replace it with the LUMOS AURO 2? And I think my answer is maybe. It kind of depends on a few different variables. So I think it could replace a regular TV for you if you're happy to sit in a dark room while you're watching TV. Like I said, once you introduced natural or artificial light to the room, the image quality will start to degrade. I think it's also a yes if you're wanting to save some money on your TV viewing experience and you want a really big immersive screen. You kind of have to spend at least $1,200 to $1,500 Australian to be able to get like a 60 to 70 inch TV, while this projector comes in at $500 to $700 depending on if there's a sale, which is significantly cheaper, and you're still getting a great overall viewing experience in my opinion. And I think it's also a yes if you prefer image size and immersion over image fidelity. So if you're a real pixel peeper and you want the best of the best OLED, deep blacks and everything like that, then a projector probably isn't going to be able to give you that, at least not at this price point. But if you want a really immersive experience and you're not so concerned about image quality, then I really do think this could be a great option for you. But it probably won't be able to replace your regular TV if you want something that will work in a really well lit room, or if you really want a super high quality audio. Because like I said, the speakers do the job, but they're not home theater level, and the fan noise does break the immersion just a little bit at times. So for me personally, I'm still using my Samsung TV as the main TV in my living room. However, I've got the projector permanently set up in my bedroom as the second entertainment unit essentially. And I genuinely love it and do recommend it. It's surpassed my expectations and it's definitely recalibrated my understanding of what a projector can be. And if you're looking at other display options, maybe for your home office, then maybe you're looking at ultra-wide monitors. And if you are, then make sure you check out this video here where I talk about my experience of ultra-wides after using them for 1 year.